Hello. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to Make the Shift with Salen. This is your weekly dose of inspiration and action taking in order to help you shift away from being that burned out entrepreneur who is just grinding over and over and over again, but you're so frustrated that you are still revenue is stagnant, still working more hours than you'd like. Hello, people working over 50 plus hours, and you just don't have the flexibility that you desire. So, Happy New Year! It's already 2 weeks into the new year. I know everyone has probably set goals and intentions. How are we doing? Quitter's Day was actually last week. That's the day that most people quit on their goals. Now, how long it actually takes to form a habit, I think the jury's out on that one. Some people will say 21 days, some people say 60, some people say 90, some people say 100. There's no specific day. It's the day that you do the action without having to think about it is my definition of how long it takes to form a habit. Like, you know how you get in the shower every single day and you know you do it and you don't need someone to tell you to do it. You just do it because it's a habit. It's what we've been trained to do. Well, that's the same thing with forming a habit in business. When you do things because you know they help you get specific results. And today we are talking about Pareto's principle and how it can help you grow your business. So, hey there, I'm Salen, your fun business coach. I mentor six-figure women entrepreneurs from burned out to balanced in just 90 days with my unique blueprint called the Legacy Business System. This is the blueprint I developed after working 80 plus hours in my business for 3 years straight, and then drawing a line in the sand and saying something has to change, and going on to figuring out what that actually was that actually moved the needle. It allowed me to go from 80 plus hour weeks to just 16 while tripling my business revenue and 4xing my personal paycheck. So if I can do it, you can do it too. And one of the key things was implementing Pareto's principle. Now, I have a definition of Pareto's principle for you today. It says the Pareto principle, also widely known as the 80-20 rule, states that roughly 80% of outcomes or results come from about 20% of inputs or causes, meaning a small percentage of factors contribute to significantly the majority of efforts. It's a concept used to prioritize actions by identifying the most impactful areas to focus on. And that's what we're talking about today in your business, is the concept of focusing on what moves the needle in your business so you can focus on it to get the most amount of results with the least amount of work. So you're probably saying, how do I use this in my business and how's it going to help me grow my business? So that's a really good question. So here's the thing. When I meet with entrepreneurs, and especially women entrepreneurs, you are checking off your to-do list daily. You're going to bed late at night feeling exhausted. Your brain won't shut off because it's just chugging because you've been working all day. You may be waking up at 3 a.m. with panic attacks over, did I do this? Did I make the right decision? You're feeling that pressure in your chest, which is anxiety that's causing you to doubt yourself and really feel like you just can't get it all done. And so it's like you have this mounting amount of tasks and pressure that you need to get done in order to grow your business. And no matter how much you get done, right? Large amounts of efforts, you're only seeing baby little results. And you're like, what the heck is the problem? This is where Pareto's principle comes into effect, because we want to reverse those and we want to do small amounts of efforts and get big results. So as I read to you, the concept is about doing small needle moving activities to get big results. And the thing about it is if you don't know what those are in your business, then you're going to constantly struggle. So let me give you an example in my personal business. So back in the day when I had my franchise, we had about 1,000 people in our community that we went out and did marketing and sales to. My franchisor had programmed in my head that if I wanted to be successful, I needed to visit 40 people a week. And that was basically 8 a day, 5 days a week. And I had to do this every single day in order to be successful. Well, years and years later, we had this database of 1,000 referral sources. And I just felt like I was on this constant hamster wheel. It was like, I got to see this one. I got to see this one. I got to see this one. And I just never had the opportunity to really spend a lot of time with these people. So when I started meeting quarterly with some other franchise owners, we started diving into our metrics. And one of the things we dove into was the referral sources in our community. And the absolute aha moment for me was when I looked at those 1,000 referral sources and I saw that 20%, so only about 200 of them, were bringing me in the majority of my leads that were turning into sales. I was like, are you kidding me? 20%? I mean, I crunched that number and over again, but that's exactly, I had facts, I had years of data, and I was like, oh my gosh, right? And so that allowed me to make changes in how I worked in my business. And that allowed me to scale my business so much easier. Now, let me give you a recent example. So I spent the weeks between Christmas and New Year's looking at where my coaching income had come from over the past year. The majority of my coaching income came from networking, either in person or online. And so I said to myself, okay, I have a big goal this year. We're looking to buy a house, right? And so I said to myself, okay, if I want to make a large chunk of money this year in order to buy a house, and one-to-one coaching gives me the fastest results in order to get that, and the majority of my clients are coming from networking in person or online, then that needs to be my focus for 2025. And so I then reworked my business and everything I was doing in my business over the past couple weeks in order for me to laser focus on networking. So this is how you grow your business, is you take Pareto's principle and you figure out what are the things that actually move the needle in your business, and then you put a plan in place in order to do that more, right? We double down on it. And that way we are not only productive, but we're productive on the tasks that are actually growing our business. And I cannot wait to see. I mean, in my franchise, I told you, I had a huge revenue growth once I made that shift in my business, right? To focus on just those 200. I cannot wait to have this conversation with you 1 year from now, and for me to be able, because I know this works. I've seen Pareto's principle work multiple times in multiple different things, and be able to say to you, I focused on networking in person and online in 2025, and this is what it did for my business because I implemented Pareto's principle. So if you're like, I need more of this information, right? I need more coaching like this. I want to invite you to join me for my new email newsletter. The first edition went out last Sunday, and the next one is going to go out this Sunday. It's the Sunday Shift with Salen. It's a weekly business newsletter to help you grow your business with laser-focused intention and ease. Comment newsletter, and I will get you the link in order to sign up. This is a really quick but carefully and thoughtfully curated action-packed newsletter where I share a story with you of what worked in my business and allowed me to get tremendous results and allows me to work part-time hours, and what action step you should take during the week. And then I give you a tool to make that happen and some inspiration along the way. So if you seriously are like, this is the year that I'm going to grow my business and I am not going to run myself into the ground doing it, then you need to get on to my Sunday Shift email newsletter. Just comment newsletter and I'll send you the link and get you on the newsletter. So I hope you found this valuable. I would love to know, how do you use Pareto's principle in your business? Share with me in the comments, feedback, ideas, what's worked for you. And I cannot wait to see you next Wednesday, 2:00 for next Make the Shift with Salen. Thanks so much. And remember to live your one life. Have a great day.